And welcome. It is Cowboy Carter Day. I'm so excited. It's May 7th. It is 4 o'clock. The show starts at 7. She doesn't come on until 8, so I've heard. I did start out today with getting glam. So my nail tech came over and I just got these like little cherries on my nails. And it's not Cowboy Carter themed, although my outfit tonight will be Cowboy Carter themed. But the nails I wanted to get to be just regular nails because I'm going to be living life outside of the Cowboy Carter tour. So I didn't get themed nails, but everything else is going to go with the theme. So aside from my nails, I'm going to start with hair, and then we're going to go into makeup, and then we're going to go into outfit, and then we're going to get to the actual show. So I'm going to put the timestamps below just in case you want to skip to your favorite part or whatever it is, because we got a lot of exploring to do. We got a lot of things going on today. Let's get started with this hair because I have it curly. I washed it yesterday, although it doesn't look like day 2 hair like it normally does because I also played tennis last night. So I only straighten my hair twice a year. That's where I aim to do every year. And this year I already straightened my hair twice. Once for the annual black ski trip, and then the second time was actually to get a trim. And I wore it straight in Iceland, which I would not wear my hair straight Iceland if you go to Iceland anytime soon. But anywho, I want to wear my hair out. Like I want to show off the curls underneath my cowboy hat. So let me show you the hat. This is the only thing I purchased for the concert. Everything else I already had in my closet. And this hat I got from Depop. It doesn't have a brand name on it, so I don't know the brand name, but it is so cute. And I got it for like 15 bucks. So I did watch a few videos on how to style curly hair so that it fits under a cowboy or a cowgirl hat. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll show you guys like how I do it. But we have to get into the Beyonce lore of it all because I have been on the internet. I mean, I'm always on the internet. I'm chronically online, but there has just been so much that I have watched and have heard through the grapevine of the girls on TikTok and just all over. First of all, I would consider myself a Beehive girly. However, I don't pick up on some of the things that y'all pick up on. So one of the things that people have been talking about is the different like Dolly Parton versions of Beyonce on her website. Like every single show has a different like alter ego, if you will, of Beyonce. And for a while people were like, that's interesting, but whatever, right? But then after the first LA show, people were like, or after the second LA show that was different from the first, so the first one had one set list and the second one had a different set list, people were like, oh my gosh, what if the set list aligned with the different characters that are on each date? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, so crazy. I'm only going to the LA show as of right now, today, so the May 7th show. But earlier today, when I was online, I also saw that people were saying, how come people text me when I'm doing something? Like, what is this? Anyway, so I also saw online today. So before I even get back to my story time, I'm going to take out a few pieces of curly hair. I'm going to use some mousse to like refresh those pieces, but I'm going to do a bit underneath here to refresh. And then I'm going to do a little bit in the back. So I'm leaving some out purposefully so that you can see the curls when I put the hat on. The hat is a pretty snug fit. So I want to make sure that some of the curls like show. So that's kind of why I'm doing it this way. And after I pull out some of the pieces here, I will spray it and kind of refresh it and pull it back into like a tight on the top. Like I'm going to make it tight on the top here, pull it back so that it's like a loose bun and I don't have to do much in the back. Because I want the curls to show. Again, I mean, the curls are more curling yesterday, but after I played tennis, they just kind of like did their own thing and I just let it happen. But I'm going to pull it back so that you can still see the curls and I'll have like a little bit of a curly bun and so on and so forth. So that's the plan for today. The part doesn't matter because it's going to be completely covered by the hat. So I'm not going to be worried about what goes on under this hat. At the end, we just go see what ends up coming out of the hat when the show is over. And honestly, that part is not even any of my business. So, okay, back to the story. So I was scrolling on TikTok today and people were talking about the dates of each of the tour shows is specific to Black history in those specific locations. So as an example, the show tour, like the Cowboy Carter tour, starts on April 29th. And April 29th through May 9th were the dates of the LA race riots. And if you haven't heard of that, you definitely need to look it up. How do I not have a scrunchie while I'm doing my hair? Hold on. So yeah, April 29th through May 9th were the LA race riots. And the person who came up with this theory, or who cracked the code essentially on TikTok, or that was like making this video, was telling people to look up all the dates or the date of the show that you're going to and try to figure out what is the significance of that date, because it's associated something with something that happened in that city. And let me tell you, people were going crazy in the comments, rightfully so, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, how did I not pick this up? But I could not find anything to do with May 7th in LA, but I'm going to read some of the ones that I found that was in the comments of that video. So someone said on May 18th, she's going to be in Chicago, and the association with that was May 18th, 1947, Jackie Robinson was welcomed at Chicago's Wrigley Field. Someone else said on June 12th, she's going to be in London, and that was the same day that Diana Abbott made history by becoming the first Black woman to be elected into UK Parliament. June 10th in London, Marcus Garvey, a prominent figure in the Black nationalist movement, died in London. Someone else said May 25th was the beginning of the Tallahassee bus boycott in 1956, and also the same day of the killing of George Floyd, which is absolutely insane. June 14th is in London, and it's the day that the Peasants' Revolt was happening, also in London. So I am just like so deep into the Beyonce lore right now. I'm like, this is absolutely insane. She is going to be performing on Juneteenth in France. Juneteenth is the day that Black people in the South finally realized or knew or were notified that slavery was over. But how it's specific to Paris is that the French actually sent the United States the Statue of Liberty, and she was supposed to be a symbol of freedom, and the shackles that is on the bottom of her, I believe they're on the bottom of her feet, was really representative of the shackles of the slaves being freed. However, in American history, that narrative has been like changed, where that's not something that that's not something I was ever taught in school. But now the Statue of Liberty holds something else in her hands. Like it was changed because people didn't want that to be like a signifier of America, which is like, what? So anywho, I am so incredibly excited for tonight's show. Again, I could not figure out what the significance of May 7th was in accordance to like Black history, specifically in LA. So if you guys figure out what that is, let me know, because I would love to know as well. And if you're going to a show, even if it's somewhere else, let me know what your date means, because I just like learning about this stuff. Like, I feel like her and Kendrick Lamar are like huge historians, and I love that they incorporate their art and their work in Black culture in a way that we just like don't really see with other artists. And it's also so unique, like the fact that she is so intentional about those dates and the different things that she has done is so crazy to me, because like I would have never thought about that. But I guess the girl who posted the video, was just sitting down one day and like pondering like, this seems intentional. Let me figure out what the reason is, and decided to share it online, which I think is just so incredible. Like, I have learned so much Black history on TikTok alone that I'm like, what was the point of school? What was the point of my history class? You know? Anywho, I am using this Rizzle's Curl Mousse. I use this all the time, like when I'm just styling my hair, and I'm almost out of it. So it actually is a perfect amount left for me to style my curls for underneath this cowgirl hat. But I did want to talk about the show. So she's gonna be performing in Paris and then also in London. And I actually went to her Renaissance tour in France, in Marseille, when it happened. So that was 2 summers ago. Fun fact, this is actually my 7th Beyonce concert. My first concert ever was actually Destiny's Child, which is just so classic. Like, it was their last tour, and it was oh my gosh, I think it was, what album was it? Or maybe it was like their final tour. I forget what their final tour was called, but that was my very first concert, and I was like 8 years old. So I am definitely, obviously, a Beyonce fan through and through. But I did go to the show in Marseille, and then I also went to a second Renaissance show here in LA because it was like at the end of the tour. I vlogged both of them, so they're both on this channel. But If I had to choose, honestly, I love the American based shows. So like if you get a chance to go to a show that's in the USA, like it is just so much. So first of all, in other countries, like they don't have the same technology everywhere you go. So like when I went to the Marseille show, and I believe it was called the, oh damn, what was the stadium called? It was called the name of it. But when I went to that show, it's obviously like a smaller stadium, but the surround sound wasn't giving. I don't even think the surround sound like was really built into that stadium. Also, they only had like a few screens, whereas in the USA, like there are so many screens in all of our major stadiums that it's like unavoidable to not watch the show. Like you can't not see it. And there I just felt like I was kind of like, okay, wait, what song is this? Like trying to like listen. Whereas in the US, like your eardrums are blown out after the first few minutes. Like people have been going to her shows with earplugs because they're like, I'm not trying to, especially if they have like floor seats or something, because they're like, I'm not trying to get my eardrums blown out because that's just like how loud it typically is. Also, when I went to the show in France, everyone was like sitting down and not standing up and dancing and stuff. Like it was just like a totally different culture. And honestly, I don't think I would go to another show unless it was at like a really massive stadium in another country, because I wasn't crazy about it. The one thing too, like the crowd was totally different. Like the vibe of the crowd was not the same as the US. Obviously because it's like not her home country, but like people really only knew like her most popular songs, and then after that they were kind of just there. And of course the whole time people were sitting down. Like I was the only person standing in my section and going off and like having a good time, and like I wasn't like being mean or anything to anybody, but everybody else was sitting down like they were like at an opera or something and like smoking a cigarette. And I was like, do you not see Beyonce on the stage? Like what is happening? And if you've been to a Beyonce concert before, then you know that she will mix other songs. Like she will mix in like Lauryn Hill songs and like other like prominent songs from Black American music, and people over there don't know all of that. Like they know like her popular songs and that's it. So yeah, the vibe of the crowd just wasn't giving. I didn't really make it a point to go to a show abroad this year because I was just like, I don't really, it's not that deep. And you would think though, because like for Renaissance, a lot of people, like a lot of Americans traveled abroad to go see her show, to be the first few people to see the show. So I do remember seeing a lot of Americans and like a lot of people, and even my Uber driver was like, yeah, there are a lot of Americans in town tonight or have been in town, for this show that we just like normally don't see. And there weren't as many like, it just wasn't 100% like French people, right? It was like mostly Americans, but it was just odd to me that like people were sitting down and watching a Beyonce concert. Like that just would never happen to me in my right mind. Like what? So, okay. The hair is somewhat it. I'm going to turn around. So when I put on the hat, you're going to be able to see like the hair at the bottom. And then I kind of like made this like loose bun. We're going to see if it works. It should work. I'm going to smooth down my edges really quickly so you guys can see. Okay, so I ended up pulling more hair up into like the bun part or like the low bun part, and I put the bun into more of a ponytail and I made it lower. So it's lower so that my head or my hat can fit all the way on, and once it's on, it's just gonna be on, and we just not gonna worry about what's in the back, okay? So the picture's gonna be from me and from the front. Anyway, I also like really saturated my hair with product and also water, so we're gonna keep it as wet as possible until we actually get there. So 4:36, time for makeup. One thing I have learned about a Beyonce concert is to not go all crazy with the makeup because I'm gonna sweat it out. That's just, it is what it is. Let me just spray a little bit of this on. I try to put as much setting everything on for as long as possible. I don't know where my setting spray is right now, which is the worst time to not know where it is because I obviously need it. Also didn't get glue for lashes, but I'm also like, I'm going to wear a cowboy hat. So like it's going to be low and you're not really going to see much of my eyes. So we're just going to double up on mascara. I also don't really need to put on lashes right now because I am going to go on a trip later on. I'm going to be wearing lashes and doing stuff, and I just want to give my eyes a little bit of a break. Also, what else? I'm not going to put anything on my forehead because, again, cowboy hat. So that makes the makeup a little bit easier, hopefully. Other things that I've learned from this Beyonce tour. So she has a few things that are going on that we're going to stop by. We're going to try the Sir Davis whiskey. Now, first of all, I don't even drink, but I do want to taste it because people have talking about like how good it is, like as like for a whiskey. If you're a whiskey drinker, they're like, it is so smooth. They really like it. I also wanted to go check out like a little pop-up they have of Sacred, and I haven't tried Sacred myself. However, my hair stylist talks about it. Like, she raves about it. I think they sent her some Sacred a long time ago, and she tried it when it first came out, and she was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is actually good. And I've been waiting for her to use in my hair, but I don't know why she hasn't. So we're gonna deal with that next time we go see my hairstylist. But I want to try that as well. They also have a bunch of merch, and pro tip, most of the stands have like a little bit of the merch, but there are, I think, 2 major stands that have all of the merch. So it really depends on where you're entering in the stadium, and she's going to be at major stadiums for the entire tour. So you really got to pay attention to like your gate and like what's there. Now, I am personally not a merch person, but I'm going with friends, and a few of my friends are actually like really into merch. But they have been like watching all the merch videos and trying to figure out like what they want to get, what they want to buy. And I'm like, I'm not here for the merch, okay? I'm here for the show. I'm here for the show. And maybe a little whiskey on the side. I did already eat tacos earlier, so I'm not really hungry. I also have in the past worn heels to Beyonce concerts. Like I said, this is my 7th. So I've worn heels to Beyonce concerts, and the only heels I recommend that you don't wear are like the clear heels, like the ones where it's like see-through. Worst shoes ever. I would never in my life. I don't even like walking around them outside of dinner. Like, don't do it. If you can do platforms, do it. But like, a lot of people are wearing cowboy boots, which is so on brand and so on theme. I don't have any cowboy boots, and I also wasn't really looking to buy any because like I'm not a cowgirl. Like, sorry, like this actually is my first rodeo. So I have no idea. I'm just gonna wear a pair of boots that I got previously from a trip to Paris a long time ago, and they go with the outfit, so I think I'll be fine. Like, I'm not gonna go all out. Again, the only thing I bought was the hat. I almost put it on my forehead. Did you see that? I almost put it on there. So yeah, I'm gonna put on as much setting powder as I can really fit on my face to try to keep my face on, but that is what we're going to do. Another thing I've learned from going to Beyonce concerts is to go early so that you aren't like running around the stadium, you know, when she starts. So on the ticket, it says she starts at 7 o'clock, or the show starts at 7. I'm going to get there at around 6:30 because she doesn't go on until 8. So because I'm not getting merch and I don't have to stand in that line, like I'm not in a rush to get there first. However, I still don't want to get there last, or I don't want to be like going on as she's starting her show. It looks a little crazy for me to not be putting on any makeup up here like I normally do. I'm gonna do eyebrows and that's it. I am really extremely excited about is to see Blue Ivy, and I will never forgive y'all for the way y'all talked about my niece 2 years ago at Renaissance. It was despicable, okay? First of all, she has more rhythm in her 2 bones than a lot of y'all have in your entire bodies. So for y'all to get on the internet and use your little keyboard to try to be like, oh, she's stiff, oh, she was doing this, oh, she was doing that. Zip it, because the girls put on a show. And if you ask me, I think it's Blue Ivy's tour at this point. Like, she's been popping out. She's in like most of the show. I am so excited to see her. When I went to Marseille to see the Renaissance show, I thought she was going to come out and she didn't. And I think it's because of the rain, because it was raining that day and they were like sweeping the stage and trying to like do a bunch of things, and she ended up not coming out. But when I saw her, or when I went to the show in LA, she did come out. So I'm so excited that she's a part of this. Like, I am just like, I feel like I'm literally watching like my niece. I'm like, oh my God, like she's so tall. She's taller than me. And her confidence is just like so beautiful to watch, and like see her just really soar and take off. I'm so excited. And then also Rumi has been coming out on stage too. I'm like, this is a whole family affair. Like, it's so cute. I love it. I love to see the fam. So I'm excited for that because Oh, where's my fixing spray? Girl, how did I not get any? That's insane. Well, we just wanna do what we can. So yeah, no, I'm so excited to see them, like to see the whole fam on stage. Like, I'm like, these are the Nebo babies I want to see. Like, give me more of it. I love this so much. Like, oh my gosh, and the different costs, like the costumes always are so fire. Like the custom made outfits, like oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I don't know what set list the show is, and I personally don't like to watch set lists before. Like I don't want to know the set list is before I go to a show. Like I'm not gonna do all that. Also, I'm not a country fan, but I am a Beyonce fan. So I know she's gonna be doing other songs that aren't just from Cowboy Carter, because I mean that's normally what she does in literally every other tour, so I wouldn't expect her to do anything differently. But I did notice too that she was incorporating songs from this TikToker guy who does like different mixes. I believe he's a DJ, and he does different Beyonce mixes, and she used two of them in his show. And it's so funny because he was watching it, I think, on TikTok live, and he heard it and he was like like, oh my gosh, she's using my mix. And he was just like, wow, like this is so insane. And you know, I don't know, his mixes are really good. I can't remember which ones he used because he has so many that incorporate Beyonce, but it was just so beautiful to see. I'm like, I'm so excited for this show. I don't know what my friend is think she was gonna go get dinner before. I'm like, I'm not playing with y'all, okay? I'm gonna be in that seat whether or not you sit next to me. Because one thing about me, I will do things by myself. I've gone to concerts by myself, Beyonce concerts by myself, and I'm gonna have a good time. Another thing is I am driving, so I bought my own tickets. So like I said earlier, I don't drink. So because I don't drink, it actually makes it really easy to go to concerts because I don't have to worry about like Ubering anywhere. And I generally leave like a few minutes before, like as it's wrapping up, to actually go to like to give myself time to get to my car and then head on out. So I did it last time and enjoyed the show, loved it, and then after that I just dipped and I was like, all right, okay, so let me finish this makeup and then we're gonna talk about the outfit. Makeup's like mostly halfway done ish, kind of, but let me grab my outfit. Back during the Renaissance tour, Beyonce put in this dress code like 2 weeks before September because she's a Virgo, and she was like, hey, everybody dress in silver for my birthday. So I bought this dress on Depop, and I didn't really decide I was gonna go to the show until the day of, but I bought this dress anyway because I have another event coming up. And by the time that I decided I'm gonna go to the show, this dress hadn't come in the mail yet. So it's just been sitting in my closet this whole time. I haven't had anywhere to wear it because it's backless and like it's more of like a New Year's Eve type of dress, but like I don't really go anywhere on New Year's Eve, and I wasn't gonna wear this anywhere else because the event that I also was gonna go to ended up getting canceled. So I just had this dress just waiting. It literally still has a tag on it. It's from Revolve. It's called, the brand is called Ronnie Kobo. So I'm gonna wear this. I'm also gonna wear these boots. So like I said, they're not cowboy boots, but they're gonna go with the hat. And also the cowgirl hat goes with the silver of the dress. And then this is my secret to every single outfit because like I do not like wearing bras. I don't like wearing anything that requires me to wear a bra. And I will use this Hollywood tape. Let me tell you, this is good for anything. And like, first of all, I will say I am happily president of the Tiny Titty Committee, but I have heard of girls with D cups who use this. Like, I know people who use this tried and true, and they're like, Hollywood tape, like it's everything. So I got this shade, and this one is their darkest shade, which I'm not gonna go into the darkest shade right now. Like, I'm not gonna touch the conversation 20 foot pole, but technically this shade is too dark for me, like on my skin tone, so I would go with the one lighter. But I bought a 3-pack not realizing that I got the wrong shade, so it is what it is. Like, you don't really see it anyway. However, there's different ways that you can tape like your boobs down depending on like what outfit you're wearing. So I am going to use this tape under. This stuff is so like the adhesive, it must be Gorilla Glue. Like, I don't know what is it they put on this, but I absolutely love it. Like I said, this one is the darkest one, and it just says for dark skin tones. So if you are my shade complexion, go one shade lighter. But I love this tape. It is so good. I'm down to this last roll, but I have 2 others that are waiting for me because I always wear this. The other thing I will say though is that don't wear it every day because I have sensitive skin, and there was a week where I was wearing it every day and I started to get like kind of like breakouts on the sides where the adhesive would go down. Like I wouldn't get it on the front, but I would get it on the sides. So yeah, just be aware of that if you have sensitive skin. But I'm gonna put on the outfit, and then I'm gonna put on my jewelry, and figure it out, like the whole outfit look together. Dress is on, shoes are on. I added some rings. I just got these rings from H&M and they kind of came in a pack. Also, I'm keeping my regular earrings because you're not really going to be able to see them. Going to add some perfume. So this is Versace Crystal Noir. This is like my favorite nighttime scent. And anytime I wear this, people always like chase me down of like, oh my God, what are you wearing? It smells that good. So I just got my word that my friends are going to Red Lobster before the show. So they are already there. I'm going to add some lippy. So I want to add some lipstick. So I'm going to go with NARS. And this is their soft matte shade. And this soft matte in the shade Slow Ride, and it's like a good neutral tone. On top, I'm going to add this Naturium Phyto Glow Lip Balm Shimmer. I really like this one specifically because it has the applicator on here, so you don't have to like worry about it squeezing out. I like this version a lot. They have another version that's like a squeeze, and like this is one of the squeezy ones. And although I like the shade, this one is in the shade Crimson. It just gets messy like when it gets really hot out and everything is like melting and it like explodes. So I like this one a lot better. This shade though, I wouldn't wear just alone. I would like wear it on top of a matte lipstick like I am now. I mean, I kind of like the matte though. I'm a matte girly. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit. I really am a matte girl. Like you, like if my entire face could be matte, it would. Like I'm like shimmer, who cares? Like let's just make it matte. So I'm gonna carry these 2 with me, and let me grab my bag because they have been way more strict about the clear bag policy. I'm gonna link one of the clear bags that I saw on Walmart, but my clear bag isn't one from Walmart. So let me grab it. Okay, so this is my clear bag. I got it when I went to the Taylor Swift concert, also the same year as Renaissance. And since I already have it, I'm just gonna use it. Now it has this chain that has a different Taylor eras. This is what I'm gonna take off actually, even though this strap is really comfortable. I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna trade it out for another strap of a different bag. And just to make it like all black, so it kind of goes with the shoes and goes with the outfit, because the original strap that it came with just doesn't really go, and I don't think anybody's going to see or make fun of my Taylor Swift bag. I mean, I do like Taylor Swift, so whatever. So this is the bag that I'm using. I'm going to throw in my lipstick. I'm also going to throw in pads because I got my period today, of course, right? My luck. Also, I'm going to put in my wallet. I have my parking pass, which I already bought online. So if you buy parking in person, it's like $100 versus if you buy it online, it's like $40. So I bought it online already. And we're going to head out and we're going to go to the show. So exciting. Okay, so this is the full look with everything on. These shoes are really comfy. I'm gonna put up on the screen where I actually got them from. It's a commercial store in Paris, but it's basically the H&M of France. But I like how it came out, the dangles. I do think that I should have just gotten a clear bag because like if you actually look, it does say Taylor Swift Eras Tour, but whatever. I also put on my watch, which I know people are gonna make fun of me for. I really don't care. I need to get my steps in, okay? Whatever way I can get my steps in, I will do it. So, like I said, I'm my period, so like the dress isn't really period friendly, but we're just gonna go with it anyway because this is what I'm wearing. Oh, and I'm gonna grab my denim coat. Let me get my denim jacket. Just give me a second. So denim jacket is from Madewell. This is what it looks like when it's all the way on with like the whole outfit, which is fine, but I know it's gonna get cold later on and it's outside. So I am gonna bring it because I don't want to be cold tonight, especially in this tiny little dress, which has been really cold the last few days in LA. I'm gonna wear it like shoulders off like this until it actually gets cold. My friends are already at the stadium or they're like just about there. I don't know if they actually ate dinner because that feels like it was really fast when they eat dinner. I haven't taken that long to get dressed. But yeah, I'm gonna get in the car now and we're gonna head out. Let's go. Okay, so we're walking over and I'm gonna tell you guys how I got my ticket upgrade. So Erica was our pre-sale warrior of the friend group, and we didn't get it for the original one, but like the Beyonce, like Beehive pre-sale, but we did get the other pre-sale. I think it was the Verizon one, and we ended up buying our tickets at the price. So there wasn't a markup, luckily. However, I did see a video on TikTok of a girl talking about how she called Ticketmaster to see if there were upgrades available, and she had an upsold ticket, so her ticket ended up being cheaper like by the time the day of the show came. So when she asked them for an upgrade, they ended up upgrading her to a different seat that was the actual price of her ticket. So let's say she paid $300 and it was actually $100 over where her ticket price was. She was upgraded to that $300 seat, which was in a different section. So we called Ticketmaster. We were like, hey, can we get an upgrade? And they were like, yeah. So we paid an additional like $70 to get 100 section spot. So you'll see once we get there. Great spot. Like I'm like right at the end of the runway. Also, she comes across during the show, like on the horse and on the car and on different things. So this is a really great spot. Like I'm really happy about it. I did have to go down a few levels to get down here. I'm waiting for my friend to come so I can actually get pictures, but she is taking so damn long. Like it's 7:35. Beyonce comes on at 8. So I'm about to ask a stranger to just take a picture for me because I can't not get these photos.
champion. So Beyonce, Cowboy Carter. Y'all sound good. What about that middle? Y'all make some noise. Everybody in the middle say yeah. To my left say yeah. My right say yeah. Susan and Brianna say yeah. So good. So popular. Fashion, control all these situations. You can do it for me on this catwalk. All the lights reflect on you tonight. Look inside yourself and feel your might. I dance, 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 wanting a chance, chance, chance. I have something unique to show you. You've never seen this before, it's something new. Fashion, control all these situations. You can do it for me on this catwalk. All the lights reflect on you tonight. Look inside yourself and feel your might. I dance, 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 wanting a chance, chance, chance. I have something unique to show you. You've never seen this before, it's something new.
I am back from the rodeo. My hair, it did okay. It did what it needed to do. The dress did what it needed to do. I will say I did leave early-ish during 16 carriages. And I'm thinking I'm going to leave early and get to my car and, whip it out. But I ended up having a little bit of an accident with my period. So I had to run to the bathroom. I spent all my time in the bathroom. So it is now 12:30. I don't be out here any I was literally yawning in my car, but let me tell you the show. So, oh my gosh, first of all I know is Beyonce better get off of Blue Ivy's stage, okay? Because I don't know how much longer Blue Ivy's gonna let her be there while she's there at the same time, but how lucky are we to be on this earth at the same time as the Beyonce Knowles? Like, what? The visuals in between, which I think this was her best visuals yet, to be totally honest. And I was a huge fan of On the Run. Like, the visuals for On the Run. On the Run 1 was my favorite because I went to 1, 2, Lemonade, and Renaissance 2 times. On the Run had really great visuals, but this one, the visuals were so good. They were so good. My favorite part is when she is like a giant and she's walking through different cities that she is performing in for the tour, and she picks up the Allegiant Stadium, which, by the way, I think it was the Sphere. There's the stadium that she had originally in the show, like in the visuals, she wasn't performing at. And somehow they found out and they filed a lawsuit against her, so she just changed it to Allegiant Stadium, which is where she's performing in Vegas later on this summer. But girl, oh, it was so good. There was pictures of her kids. There's like home videos. I always love the home videos. I really do. There was videos of her, like her evolution. And my thing is, and y'all probably won't get mad at me for saying this, but I was thinking, I'm like, what if part 3, because Cowboy Carter is act 2. What if act 3 is like Beyonce's last act? Like, what if she's like, all right, y'all, like, we did it. I'm out. You know, like, you can just tell that she genuinely enjoys being on the stage. Like, everything that she does, like her just like be like, you can tell that she's just like taking it in and like, wow, like this is my life. Like I created this over decades and decades. And I gotta say, first of all, let me get on my pajamas. I'll be back in a second. Another thing I just could not get enough of in this show were all of her throwbacks. And I mean, she played songs that she hadn't previously performed or hasn't performed in a long time. Like Irreplaceable. What? Like, or Bills. Like, there was like a little bit of hints of that from the mix I was talking about earlier in the vlog. Who else? What else did she play? She also played Cozy, Honey. I mean, these are songs that were in Renaissance, but there were a few songs that weren't in Renaissance that I feel like she played in this show. Like, I just love like the play on like Renaissance. You can tell that they both go together. Like, oh my gosh, what is happening? So Renaissance had the silver horse, and during this show she has the gold horse. And then when the gold horse comes out and she kind of transitions from Cowboy Carter to Renaissance, and you just see like the Vogue, you see like all of the things. Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. But I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Beyonce done did it again. Okay, she did what she came to do. She do it every time. She really did her thing. Like, I'm just like still in awe because every show just gets better and better. And I feel like on my way there, I was listening to Homecoming. Homecoming was the only show that I feel like I didn't see, even though it wasn't a tour and it was Coachella. I feel like I genuinely missed out, and I'm still very upset at myself for not going to Beachella, like when it happened. So I religiously listened to that album like it just came out yesterday. I was blasting it on my way there. And I didn't listen to Renaissance or Cowboy Carter on my way. Like, when I say I love Homecoming, that is my favorite album. And I actually one day randomly had looked up, what does your favorite Beyonce album say about you? Like, as like a little quiz. And mine being Homecoming was like, you just love like the college life. You probably have like a very nostalgic part of you that just like loves like that era of whatever happened. But also like you like the learning new things, like how you would in college, where you're like just exploring different concepts and like trying to learn new things. So if you decide on your favorite album, which is a hard task in itself, like that is very difficult. If mine wasn't Homecoming, it would probably be what is my second favorite album? Okay, I can't choose one. Maybe because Homecoming has all of the top hits that are just like meshed together with other of my favorite songs. Anyway, Homecoming is my favorite. Look up your favorite Beyonce album and what it says about you, and it's actually really interesting because I feel like what Homecoming says about me, it was just like so accurate. And yeah, I don't know, I mean, Cowboy Carter wasn't my favorite album, although I did give her album of the year. But Homecoming is gonna do it for me every time. Like I'm not even kidding. Is it still on Netflix? When it came out on Netflix, I would watch it at least every weekend. Like I literally watch it like it just came out. So yeah, nothing in my mind will really top Homecoming, even though I never saw that show. But some of the songs that she played from the set list tonight was a mix, like the same like mixing style that she does at Homecoming, like very much like live instrumentals. You get a lot of you just get everything. I love when there's a band at a concert. Oh my God. When there is a band, I just go through the roof. And her instrumentals, her musicians are always so on point. Like her team, they just, oh my gosh. What's that sound by Monique?
Beyonce. Okay, girl.
She really did. She did it again. But y'all, I am so tired. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed. I have to. I normally go to bed at 9:30, and I made an exception for Beyonce, of course. I mean, obviously, right? Who wouldn't? But yeah, thank you guys for watching this vlog. I post a vlog every Sunday. So if you're new here, make sure you tune in on Sundays. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Good night.